Do you want an absolutely unusual and rather shocking sign from the universe that you're on the right track? Even though it might not look like it, that you're really close to something amazing? This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let me tell you a crazy story. Alright, so you probably heard before, breakdowns create breakthroughs. What does that even mean? Or maybe you heard before that sometimes the opposite shows up, the bad surfaces, something that you want falls through for you to get the breakthrough. And you know, a lot of times it's easy when you're manifesting something, when you're creating something and the good shows up. But what about the bad? And a lot of times we can take that bad personal as if we're not on the right track. But I want to tell you, that actually means quite often that you're on the right track, because there's a higher order to our life. The universe sometimes has to bring out the bad to push us to the even better. Even though we wanted the good to come about, the bad surface because it's pushing us somewhere greater. And I've been learning that lesson a lot from the universe lately. Just last week, I got a new car. And I wanted to get a certain type of Audi convertible. And I had went there, we had test drived it, I was all good to go. We were gonna get the car. My partner was with me, and we were sitting there, and you know, they were like, yeah, you know, the office is a little bit slow today, there's somebody in front of you. We sat there for 2 hours, and eventually I went over and to the salesperson, I said, look man, we gotta go. We're out here, man. Give me a call and we'll come back the next day or whatever. We went back the next day. Same thing. Took a whole day again. And it happened 3 times. And it was just like, I actually was getting frustrated. I was like, this is ridiculous. What is going on here? So out of my frustration, I went on Google and I looked up the nearby Mercedes dealership, and I saw this. I wanted a convertible, and I saw this convertible that I really liked, and I was like, this is so frustrating. So I went over to the Mercedes dealership, and the car that I saw online that I really liked was there. And I walked right up to the salesperson. I said, hey, what's up? My name's Jake. I want to get this car right over there. I was gonna get the Audi SR5 convertible. I decided that I wanted this car. Audi's giving me a hard time. It's been taking forever to get it. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm done with that, and I want that car. I was in and out. I got the car, and I was in and out in 1 hour. And at the other place, it took 3 days. And you know, that's a very small thing. It's a car. It's like a piece of metal. It's not like this like a major turning point in life or something, but it's funny to see that the universe, even for the car that you drive a lot of times, the universe has a higher order and a higher plan for our lives that we don't always see. And while I was there having trouble trying to just check out my car at the Audi dealership, and I'm like, what the heck is the deal here? This is getting ridiculous. I'm busy, I got things to do. Why is this taking me so long? It was showing up as friction because the universe was pushing me in another direction. And another example is when we first moved out to Maui. We were trying to find a home to rent, to get our bearings, see where we wanted to live and things like that. There was a certain area that we thought we wanted to live in. And we found a house that we loved. It was amazing. It was perfect. It was like so beautiful, and it was everything that we wanted. We went and viewed the house. You know, one of the troubles out there in Maui is it's a tiny island, right? So that means that the housing market is very small. There's not that much places available. And we went during high season, so there's even less things available. So it was a little bit stressful before then because there was not stuff coming up on the market. Sometimes it takes weeks for new things to come up on the market out there. We went and viewed this place and we loved it. And the woman loved us. And so did her husband, and we're like, yo, we want this spot, we're in, let's make it happen. And she's like, yeah, I'll send you over everything tonight, and we'll lock it up and we'll get the spot. That night I didn't get an email from her, And then she called me the next morning and was like, hey, have you gotten my emails? And I was like, no, I don't have, and I didn't have anything in junk. I had nothing from her. And I was like, no, I didn't get it. Resend them. So she resends the emails to me. And then she calls me that evening and she says, I have a problem. And basically, long story short, she said that another person that looked at it after her wrote her a check for the place, and she said she didn't want to take the check, but the woman forced the check on her. It was it was like the weirdest story. Like, we were like, that's a little bizarre. And so she's like, I'm talking to my lawyers now. This one woman is a lawyer and she says she'll sue me if I don't give it to her. And it was just like the weirdest story. We were bummed because the woman told us we had the house. We were 100%, we're like, yeah, we got the place. We're all good to go. We quit looking. We actually lost a couple spots because we told them that we got this other home. And so we were bummed because there's not much on the market out there. It turns out a couple days later, something new popped up on the other side of the island. We weren't gonna live as an area called Laniopoko, kind of near Lahaina on the opposite side of the island. And it turned out to be amazing. Epic ocean view from every single room, like just like gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. A full acre, wake up in bed, open my eyes, epic ocean view, everything. Just like a million times better than the other house. And the other house was great, but this is even better. And we ended up moving in there. The funny thing is, it ended up being the worst winter that they'd had in Maui, supposedly, in like many years. And the place we were gonna rent, that the bizarre situation occurred that was extremely stressful, and we were like, what are we gonna do now? That was in Haiku, which is the rainforest, and it was like the wettest winter supposedly that they'd had in however many years. I'm from Southern California. Like, it rains like a quarter inch a year. Oh my gosh, it would have been awful. It was raining every day, all day, non-stop, drenching. It would have been awful. And we got so lucky because we found this place on the dry side of the island, epic ocean view. And at the time, we wanted that thing to work out. And then we were disheartened when it didn't work out. So it looked like we were attracting bad luck or something like that, right? But in reality, it was good luck because the universe was pushing us somewhere else. And you know, you might have instances like that where you think bad luck happens, something's not meant to work out. A lot of times, you know, your mind isn't the only thing at play here. You know, and what is your mind anyways? Our mind is our ego. It's our ego, our edging God out. That's what Wayne Dyer says, is edging the perfection of the universe out. It's a part of us that's take on a personal identity, and it has its own self-interest that it wants, right? So I'm like, I want that house, I want that car, what the heck, why isn't this working, right? And you might say, I want that romantic partner. Oh, why isn't that working out? Or I wanted that job. Oh, the job fell through. Oh, I guess I'm gonna be broke forever. And it looks like that. But there's a higher order to our life. So the universe is moving puzzle pieces. God is moving puzzle pieces that a lot of times you can't see. And God is the universe is a totally forgiving, friendly, abundant, unconditionally giving place. And a lot of times the bad shows up because the universe is trying to give us something better. It's saying, yeah, that's good, but shit, you're supposed to have great, you're supposed to have amazing, you're supposed to have marvelous, absolutely fantastic. Hold tight. And what happens is when the bad shows up, we freak out or we get worried or we doubt ourselves. And then we block the good that the universe was trying to bring to us. We close off to it because we get frustrated or angry or upset or stressed or fearful or worried. And what I'm inviting you to consider is that a lot of times breakdowns create breakthroughs. A lot of times the number one sign you're on the right track is maybe something hasn't shown up yet. So hang in there. I always say lack of evidence isn't evidence of lack. Comment that. Lack of evidence isn't evidence of lack. And I wanted to illustrate a couple just everyday stories of how that is true. And if you have trouble with that, it stresses you, it doubts you, download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com, to train your subconscious mind for success, for abundance, for prosperity. so that when you're moving through the world, you can maintain a positive habitual mindset. jakeshypnosis.com. Remember, you live in a beautiful, abundant world, and there's a higher order to your life. The divine plan, God's plan, the universe's plan for you is abundance, is love, is happiness, is success, is joy. So comment down below, my future is abundance. My future is abundance. Comment that down below. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification right over there. That's what actually notifies you for the video. So make sure you hit the bell notification. Like this video, please, to support this channel. That's how it sends it out to more people around the world. Hashtag best life ever down below if you watch this video all the way through. I love you. I appreciate you. Check out Jake's Hypnosis down below. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time.